Okay, we have energies coming through this summer that is going to allow people to embrace their own individuality. It's going to dissolve limitations, and people are going to reevaluate what that foundation even is. And that coinciding with Uranus and Gemini, with all the major shifts and information being thrown out, it's birth. We're tilling the ground, we're tilling the ground. We're tilling the ground and we're planting new seeds. I am Snazzy, and this is Snazzy Astrology. Let's keep it snazzy, let's keep it cute, okay? I'm here with a transmission for you. I'm translating as a mission to myself and to translate a mission to you. A mutual divine moment for us, okay? What I want to talk about today is the upcoming energies and what they mean regarding the dissolving of limitations. We are seeing limitations being dissolved in new ways, whole new ways. And that is in part due to Chiron and Taurus, as well as the North Node in Aquarius. And North Node Aquarius and Chiron and Taurus are new energies being introduced to the astro picture. Getting straight to the point, as someone with a strong Aquarius placement, I am tapped into the energies that are to come in a different way than maybe others are, okay? So as someone who has always been spiritual and has been there through the birth of social media as a millennial, and have watched it progress and have watched the spiritual space grow in this on social media, I've always been uncomfortable with this style of talking down to people instead of talking to people. It's always this expectation that someone doesn't know what they're talking about when they're watching your video, or because they're trying to learn that they deserve to be or somehow need to be spoken to a certain way. I've always appreciated conversation and humility, because none of us know all the answers. And someone could offer us insight to develop ourselves. So why are we limiting that possibility by behaving as an authority? We can own our voice. We can own our insights in terms of claiming it as a personal gift bestowed upon us by the Creator. But we are not the sole creator. This idea simply downloaded into our earthly being, and we are the vessel for this. I have actually a video on my previous channel, which I'll upload here, is that there's a lot of ego in the spiritual community, and because there's money being involved, there is this like, you know, I said it first, or this person copied me, and I need to be an authority in this space, and I need to host, and I need to lead. And it's like, yeah, some people do need to host, some people do need to lead. So, you know, that, of course, there's never just one thing that we're supposed to be, or one right or wrong answer. But my issue is this style of teaching. It's constantly teaching. There's not enough conversation. And I feel that when the North Node enters Aquarius and the South Node enters Leo, there will be an emphasis on community in a whole new way. People will be looking for their equals, right? And all this energy around being a fan will start to dissolve even more. Will start to dissolve even more than it already has. It already has, because Pluto entered Aquarius. So we saw, like, as a lot of astrologers have said, right, the fall of celebrity. But also because of that, we're going to see the rise of peership, the rise of co-creators. And that was my last video, right? If you watched this, that video was recorded in 2023, and by the time I recorded that video, I had already been marinating on that thought for a very long time. I never really liked the whole, like, you know, going live and then talking to people, but really it's like very dismissive or condescending instead of like sharing mutual space. So I think as we enter Aquarius, or North Node enters Aquarius, people, you know, will start to truly embrace it. And I think one of the things I've noticed about people is that once something trends, they're going to pretend like they've always known. Show me the receipts. Okay, I'm a Gemini. Show me the receipts. where you always knew, because I find that always interesting, where it's like, oh yeah, I've always believed in aliens, or oh yeah, I've always known that women should have rights, and oh yeah, it's like, okay, I'm glad that you can admit that now, but it's better if you just admit that you grew. I prefer you admitting to you growing, because it shows it's possible. It shows that you are open to learning and evolving your soul. So anyway, I did want to offer that to the collective, that the way that we build structure will no longer be hierarchical. It'll be more like a cross way, where you're going to find like minds and you're going to build a nice stable foundation. That's what I'm perceiving. That's what I'm feeling. People are going to be more so interested in being who they are and finding others they can be themselves with. That's why Uranus and Gemini is important. Wow. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to make a separate video for this, but Gemini season has been very illuminating. The idea and perception around Geminis, unfortunately, has been very lacking by astrologers and spiritualists, whatever. Like, this idea, like, it's been so disappointing as a native to the Gemini energy. Like, there's a reason why we are the way we are, and people just stepping their toes into the energy, people just like touching the energy in a new way of Uranus and Gemini, with it being ever present in our background frequency, because there's a larger generational planet in the sign. People are going to consistently feel the energy, and it can be uncomfortable if you're not used to it. Never to fear. You can have a Gemini near to help you guide, as long as you don't demonize them. We're not here for the disrespect. All right, we hold the duality. We allow ourselves to change our mind with new information. That's why we collect information. We push society forward because we can hold the duality. We can hold that conversation. And if you can't, that's okay. It's not your vibe. You don't have to embody a sign at its full potential. It's okay. But you also don't have to hate it, because you can't, okay? Like, those two things can be true. Gemini knows that best. Okay, so if you're struggling with Gemini energy, does not mean there's something wrong with Gemini energy. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It just means that you're struggling with Gemini energy, and that in order to master the energy, or to ascend in the energy, to integrate the energy, you need to interact with the energy with an open mind. Okay, I have an article that I'm writing about that, so check it out. I have a website, snazzyastro.com, where you can find pretty much everything I'm working on. I just started a Patreon, where I will also be posting articles, videos, and stuff like that, so you might want to check that out as well if you're on the platform. I'm trying to be everywhere everywhere and everything all at once. The timestamp on here is approaching my data max, so let's recap. Okay, we have energies coming through this summer that is going to allow people to embrace their own individuality with Jupiter and Leo. It's going to dissolve limitations with Chiron and Taurus. Taurus provides that foundation. People are going to reevaluate what that foundation even is on a collective scale, and that coinciding with Uranus and Gemini, with all the major shifts and information being thrown out to people and dispersed. It's birth. It's like this whole, it's like the whole, we're tilling the ground, we're tilling the ground and we're planting new seeds. And we're all doing this together, Aquarius energy. And we're realizing that everyone has their own specific role, that is not one is better than the other. And we're done following people around, right? We're done with the following. Social media is going down. So many things are going down where there's this whole like follow the leader mindset. We are our own leaders, and we can build the reality we want to see for ourselves with our like minds. We are also open to helping the collective as a whole, I hope. Obviously, there will be dichotomies and polarities. That's the laws of this realm, the swinging of pendulums and so on and so forth. But there's a lot of air in the air. Just stay tuned for what else I have cooked up, what else I have to disperse onto the public. People won't be as concerned with what is perfected. It's about who the person is. It's about embracing our individuality. Well, until next time, keep it snazzy. May love be with you.